All right, good morning and welcome to P&B Morning Show, where we examine the issues shaping our nation and the conversations Nigerians must not ignore. I'm glad you are joining us today. Now, this morning we'll begin with a troubling reality facing millions of young Nigerians, the growing crisis of degrees without skills. For many families in this country, education has always been seen as the surest path out of poverty. Parents sacrifice everything to send their children to school, from primary school to university. The journey takes about 17 years. But today, many graduates are leaving school only to discover that the certificate they worked so hard for does not translate into real opportunities. Employers complain that graduates lack practical abilities. Industries say they cannot find the skilled workers they need, while thousands of young people remain unemployed despite holding degrees. This raises serious questions about our education system. Is Nigeria producing modern economy, or are we simply producing certificates? If 17 years of schooling cannot guarantee competence, innovation, or employability, then something fundamental in our education system must change. Our second major talking point today touches on the sensitive issue of national security. Prominent Islamic scholar Abubakar Gumi has made a startling claim that the Nigerian government knows the identities and locations of terrorists operating across the country. If that assertion is accurate, it raises difficult and uncomfortable questions. For years, Nigerians have watched communities attacked, soldiers killed, and families displaced by terrorism and banditry. But if the authorities already know who these terrorists are and where they operate, then the question becomes unavoidable. Why does the violence continue? Is it the challenge about intelligence gathering, political will, or something deeper within the security architecture of the country? These are serious issues that go to the heart of Nigerians' future. An education system struggling to produce skilled graduates, and a security system facing questions about how it confronts terrorism. This morning on the P&B Morning Show, we will examine both issues and hear from experts and stakeholders about what must change. Once more, good morning and welcome to the show. I remain Omike Joseph Matthew. And of course, joining me as always is Chidi Kenneth. Good morning to you.
Yes, a very good morning to you, OJ, and good morning to you, viewers. Once again, you're welcome to Politics and Business Television. OJ, wow, I was not on set yesterday. I was on the studio yesterday.
Yes,
I was outside.
You were actually on the streets.
Yes,
doing the necessary thing.
Yes,
getting the opinion of Nigerians.
Organic opinion.
Yes,
of Nigerians, real raw organic. And it was interesting, OJ, to let you know that if you go down there the street, you feel the pulse of Nigerians. Mm-hmm. You know the true Nigeria. I don't think you know the Nigerians from your studio, or you know the Nigerians from the comfort of your car and your house. Our leaders need to step down from those high vehicles and convoys and walk down the street to see for themselves what Nigerians are going through. The fuel hike, cost of living, transportation, and the rest of them. OJ, I felt it yesterday, and trust me, it's not something to write home about.
All right. So this morning, can you tell us the situation while coming to the office this morning? Did you bother to check out whether or not some filling stations have adjusted their pump price as a result of Dangote reducing 100 naira for 100
well,
naira?
As at last night, it was still the same. Some filling stations were, it baffles me how these fuel stations increase price quickly.
On the speed of light.
The speed of light.
But yes. when things are beginning to adjust, they'll feel
they are not helping matters. You see, a filling station that is selling fuel for 9.50, for example, 10 a.m. in the morning, and maybe the information flies around that Dangote has increased for. They will shut that filling station down. And the next time they're opening that filling station by 4 p.m., you will see 1,120. The same fuel.
The same fuel, the same storage.
The same storage. These are the issues too. Now, when the price goes down, bring it down now.
They won't. They'll be dragging.
Let's finish this one first. We will now buy the next one. And you know, it's not just filling station, shops, provision shops, where we sell all kinds of provisions. You see the mini supermarkets and the rest of them. I know of a woman that shut down her store and I opened it later on and then increased all the price. And I said, why? She said, things don't increase for market now. And I said, but you bought these things
when they were cheap.
When they were cheap.
And this is the same person who go to church or mosque and
lift up holy hands and shout hallelujah
that the Lord has blessed me. While you have just cheated the masses.
OJ, looking at the situation this morning, the fuel hike is still there. I bought fuel. There's a place I bought fuel yesterday, 1,320. And I had asked them to put 4,000 naira fuel, and the gallon was in a 4 liter gallon so that I can put in my generator. OJ, I felt like crying. Few years down the line, that same jerry can be filled with 1,100 naira.
But today, 5,000 cannot fill it.
You're talking about 5,000 naira. The gallon will be looking at you, staring at you as though you are looking for, what are you doing here? I think you pour some drops of water inside. That's the situation we find ourselves today. And we begin to wonder, how did we get there? What's going on? Promises here, left and right, and nothing seems to be translating into real life situation. Transportation yesterday, OJ, I called I was going home yesterday and my timing belt, jumped. And I called the mechanic to come and fix my car. OJ, just to touch and adjust one or two things, I had to pay him a huge amount of money I did not budget for.
Twice what you used to pay.
And when I asked him, he said, "Oga, fuel don't increase." And I said, "Oga, what is fuel? You were
on the streets now. Why are you asking?
No, we're talking about a man that was static, a man that was positioned in one place. Oga, just come and it happened close to your shop.
Okay, I understand. I understand your plight.
So what's the business? What's the connection between fuel?
You're using fuel to trek to where you are now.
I am not aware, OJ.
All right, so wherever you are, it is nice, having you. You've just joined us on YouTube. Well, thank you so much for doing so wherever you are watching us from. Please do well to subscribe to the channel. All you need to do is to subscribe to the channel this morning. And of course, like those broadcasts so that so many other people can, of course, know that we are live on air. Every morning, every weekday, we, of course, bring you this very important, program, the P&B Morning Show right here on Politics and Business Television. So wherever you are, stay tuned as we'll be going for a quick break. When we return, we'll dive into the newspaper review this morning. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back to the show, the P&B Morning Show. Of course, it is the newspaper review for you right now, and we'll begin with we'll begin with one of the respected national papers this morning. That is the Daily Trust. The Daily Trust is here with us, and it has this headline: "Fuel crisis deepens. Economists tell federal government to act." Fuel crisis deepens. Economists tell federal government to act. Now, Chidi.
Yes.
Some economics are already asking the federal government to act. And what they are suggesting is subsidy. That somehow government must come out. Yes, must come out with a subsidy program somehow, whichever way. Is it buying of CNG buses? Is it subsidizing even the fuel? Or is it just somehow subsidy has to return, and so that it will not cushion the sufferings of Nigerians? Yes, the effect of this fuel price. Like overnight, the US was busy bombing Iranian ships that has laid, according to them, laid mines or so, or waiting for any ship that want to cross the Strait of Hormuz. So the US warplanes are busy in the Strait of Hormuz as we speak to you right now, because Donald Trump has said that tankers must pass that strait. You know, you understand? So that is the situation we find ourselves. So it is war in the Strait of Hormuz as we speak right now. So there is no light at the end of the tunnel yet.
We don't even have a tunnel.
You understand? as a result of this. So some economists are now out to say that, look, government, you need to do something. And that is what the Daily Trust.
OJ, if you permit me to lend my voice on this issue, you would find out that, yes, it is timely to make this clarion call by the economists. Timely in the sense that, like I said, the fuel issue is the common man's language in Nigeria. The only economic statistics, economic revolution, economic, experiment, or whatever you can think of, the common man in Nigeria understands is fuel. Fuel seems to be the life wire of the existence of the common man in Nigeria. The common man who doesn't even understand what economics and econometrics is all about, misunderstands the dynamics involving fuel. All he knows is that when fuel goes up, his life is in danger.
Yeah.
And that is what the common man understands on the streets of Nigeria. Like I told you, I was on the street yesterday, and you could see for yourself. We covered it live. That the common man, his life revolves around fuel. So the economist calling for quick intervention by federal government is very important and timely. What that means is that the crime is going to increase. Invariably.
Families will be hungry. Our families are already hungry.
Of course, there's a saying that goes that it is the leg that tells the stomach. It is the stomach that tells the leg where to go to. It is the stomach that directs the leg, that even directs the eyes, that is every other part of the body. Is the stomach, OJ. When you are hungry, your reasoning shuts down in the first place. So it is timely in the sense that, secondly, of course, we're going to make more money because there's pressure on our crude. Of course, we're going to supply, the OPEC standard is 2 million. We're likely going to do more than that. That is more money for government. So government should take the extras
and do something
for Nigerians.
All right. So let's continue with the Daily Trust. And of course, we have other headlines there. Troops neutralize terrorists, recover arms in Sokoto. Fake doctor to die by hanging in Ekiti. Now, our health sector has been, polarized by people who call themselves doctors, and in this case, fake doctors, and even hospitals who have been accused of harvesting organs. And so it's a lot nowadays.
It's even, we're talking of, we even have fake pharmacists.
Fake.
In fact, there was a joke that was told. Somebody said in a particular village somewhere around the southeast, I don't know where exactly, where somebody was giving, people a particular, I don't want to call it the soft drink, but it was like it's a dark drink, and people were drinking it in form of blood tonic. And guess what? People thought it was actually blood tonic. And he was giving it to them. This is the popular soft drink, I don't want to call the name, that we all drink here. And the man was arrested because he was packaging it and was giving to people as blood tonic.
Blood tonic. That is, people can go to any length and
that reminds me of
money.
When Dora Kunyelu was in charge. She of course, she's confiscated a lot of fake manufacturing drug companies. She was attacked several times, and God helped her until she passed on. So you can see this issue of fake doctor, fake pharmacies, fake drugs everywhere, and by implication, it has very serious health hazard on us.
Yeah, of course. So let's continue with the Daily Trust. 2 brothers drowned fleeing phone snatchers in Kano. Now, which one is better? I'm not trying to blame them. Trying to run from phone snatchers and at the end of the day, falling into a lagoon or so and drowning. And
they're so rest in peace. But I think
they could have just allowed it.
If you have to put it side by side, give them the phone and keep your life. Keep your life,
All right, let's check out another paper this morning, the Daily Sun. The Daily Sun is next. U.S. flags planned attacks. U.S. flags planned attacks on its facilities in Nigeria. U.S. flags planned attacks on its facilities in Nigeria. Okay, so I think UN is, US is rather giving this intel now, trying to let their citizens in Nigeria, particularly in Abuja and Lagos, to be wary of
possible
attacks as a result of the Middle East crisis. Appeal court judgment. PDP leaders weigh options. Appeal court judgment. PDP leaders weigh options. Enugu Air gets AOC, I should say, AOC in record time. Targets regional flights by year end. Okay. That's a good one there. Good news there from Enugu states, floating their own,
indigenous
aircraft. Okay. All right, sir. Gumi accuses federal government of knowing terrorists. Gumi accuses federal government of knowing terrorists. So this will be
this is a blast. It's a blast, OJ.
Yeah, it will surely be part of what we'll be discussing.
Yes, I will dive into it more deeply to understand why this statement is coming now.
Now, and all that. So we'll find out. So Gumi is accusing federal government of knowing terrorists. So what reasons is he giving and all that? And why is he saying that? If federal government knows these terrorists, then why are they allowing these terrorists to attack our citizens, our soldiers? In a week, we lost 3 commanding officers. 3 in 7 days.
And this is Gumi that was being,
and Gumi is now revealing that federal government.
But at some point, there was this alleged suspicion that Gumi knows a lot about these activities of the terrorists.
And that is why he also
so this statement coming from
it's from that premise that Gumi is also saying that if you people say I know these terrorists, the federal government
you know.
No, the federal government knows the name of every terrorist. That's the language he used. He saying the federal government knows the names of every terrorist. That they know them. If I know them, they know them.
You know what makes this statement very weighty? It is because from the personality where this statement is coming from.
Yes.
This is a man that we all been, is all known. A lot of suspicion and a lot of accusation has been leveled against him for being part of what is going on in terms of the banditry and
not being part. It's somebody like who knows them, who always call for dialogue.
But some people used to see him as sympathizers of these men.
Yeah, I think that's the right word.
Sympathizers of these men too. Yes. So now this statement coming from him, it speaks volume, OJ. It speaks volume, OJ, in the sense that one will begin to say, wow, it's like I don't know how to put it, but when your wife comes out to tell the world that you are into this kind of thing, there's every possibility that give and take 80% of people believe what your wife is saying. So this is very sounds controversial, but again it calls for serious concern, OJ. Very, very serious concern.
All right, we'll move on. We have other headlines to look out for in the Daily Sun. Police make a breakthrough in hunts for killers of a boy monarch, arrest mastermind. Okay, police make breakthrough in hunts for killers of a boy monarch, arrest mastermind. I think the police have been doing very, very well in this case. Last week, they arrested an APC chieftain who, of course, participated, who was alleged to have participated in this killing of this monarch. It was alleged that his bank account, was used for the money the terrorists or the kidnappers collected. They collected the money and still killed the monarch. So the mastermind has been arrested, and that's what the Sun newspaper.
I want to commend the new IG. I think it's beginning to hit the ground running. These are the things we want to see. Actions backing words with action. Like before, sometimes you see some, well-placed and well-meaning Nigerians just being killed like that, and nothing happens. And I just hope this masterminders will be brought to book and they will face the law, the wrath of the law, so that order to serve as a deterrent to other people who will be thinking of them. I don't understand why somebody will kill a monarch for what reason. If it's for political reasons or for what, I don't know. But I think whatever reason it is condemnable and it is wrong.
All right, so move on. Let's move on from the Sun newspaper now to the Guardian. The Guardian, has this headline talking about politics this morning. Party politics. APC's 31 or 36 states narrow options. Multi-party context in 2027. APC's 31 of 36 states narrow options. Multi-party contest in 2027. FG rolls out CNG kits as petrol, diesel spending nears 3 trillion naira in March. FG rolls out CNG kits as petrol, diesel spending nears 3 trillion in March. Customs seizes 13 containers of expired drugs worth 6.38 billion naira at Apapa ports. That's what you were talking about, the issue of fake drugs. So customs seized 13 containers.
And these are the things that leads to all this cancer.
What a lot of health issues.
I don't know why would somebody bring in expired drugs into this country.
So if not that the custom intercepted these containers, they would have succeeded in getting
the whole market with it.
Only God knows the ones that have even succeeded.
I want to commend the customs for this huge achievement. It's
13 containers is not.
It's a laudable one.
It's not joke.
You know what we are talking about, OJ? That can wipe off over 500,000 people,
or cause health complications that will change the life of somebody for life.
Health complication wiping off is the same thing, because when you have the health complication, of course, it leads to death in most cases. So you see, these are the issues, and these are people. I don't know how the people who do these things think. How they are wired.
They ain't justify the means. They don't care. It's money making. Then they'll go to church and mosque and thank God.
Call them the haters of humanity.
Yes. No, they don't care. They'll go to church and mosque and thank God for
and even pay tithes in some cases.
In some cases, they even pay
and that calls for the clergymen too. They should start questioning the source of income of some members.
How can they do that?
Of course. Are you not a man of the spirit according to the Bible?
Somebody's in quote doing is legitimate business, as it were. If I'm for this, I'm a pharmacist. If I let's say I'm a pharmacist now, I'm selling drugs and all that. As if you are a pastor, you don't know whether it is fake drugs I am selling, because you don't even know anything about drugs. So it's not your business to start questioning me.
But I thought pastors have spiritual abilities to detect certain things. You can design, as it were, as we used to see everywhere online. We see some people say the Lord told him. The Lord should be telling them these things.
So please, let's allow the pastors rest. All right, so let's continue. Federal government knows name, location of every terrorist, Gumi alleges.
Every terrorist.
FG knows name, location of every terrorist, Gumi.
But OJ, this is serious. So the issue of changing service chiefs, telling them to hit the ground running, and all those policy statements from federal government, is Gumi trying to tell us that all those things are theatrics? They're not.
This is a man who has been very, very vocal and unrepentant, I should say, on the issue of negotiate with these people, and it will sort out. Negotiate with these people, and federal government will say no, we don't negotiate with terrorists and all that. And now he's coming out to say, in fact, they know the names
of every
terrorist. So, and this morning, the federal government has not reacted. You understand? You expect that by now, the federal government must have reacted to Gumi and say, forget about him, or what? You understand? No reaction, nothing. We are moving forward.
And Gumi, as I speak, should be in Nigeria, if I'm not mistaken.
Of course, it's in Kaduna.
And he's speaking loud and clear like that.
Yes. Is he afraid of you? He's telling the federal government to their face that you know the name of every terrorist.
So are you saying that the government that is saddled with the responsibility to protect lives and property is also betraying its people? Looking at this statement?
That is the question we'll be asking ourselves on the program today when that time comes. What is going on?
What is going on?
Yes.
Because this looks like what I call the abracadabra.
Yes. Does it
security abracadabra?
If what Gumi is
going by what
is anything to go by, why should people die? If you want to, if it means negotiate, then just negotiate and let's move on. Negotiate then. What is going on?
OJ, I smell a rat somewhere, and a big rat for that matter.
This man is in Nigeria. He's not speaking from abroad.
Not just the man, the Gumi, the personality of Gumi
is a sheikh,
is such that
Islamic scholar,
not just Islamic scholar, one who has full nuances of what is going on.
Yes, he's a former military man, so you cannot. He knows what he's saying. He's a former military man. You know,
I think he retired as a lieutenant colonel.
Also, yes, he's retired as a senior military man, so he knows what he's talking about. And he's telling the federal government, negotiate. Okay, now they're accusing, okay, you are sympathetic. He said, look, if you say I'm sympathetic,
when you
the
say
federal government knows them too.
when he's calling for negotiation, are you saying that there was an earlier ab initio agreement that some people entered with, and some people, and because for you to negotiate, maybe there is a break in trust, or something happened along the line. We have so many stories surrounding this issue. And looking at this statement now, I think it's a blessing in disguise to us, because now the cock is crowing now. We begin to see the day is getting brighter. For a man of this caliber, of his person, who has both military background, is also a clergyman, and understands what is going on within this whole issue that's surrounding insecurity. That statement needs to be looked at. I don't think this statement should not be swept under the carpet. It's not an issue of trying to arrest him.
Yes.
It's a statement that as Nigerians, we should look into it and let him come and tell us, defend this statement to the letter. Because you know what he was so emphatic to mention the fact that the word every means, that they have a list.
Yes.
Well documented.
All right, let's move on. We'll talk about it very, very soon. We'll dive into that issue very, very soon.
I hope we can dive deeper.
That is it. Customs intercepts undeclared foreign currencies at Kano Airport. Customs intercepts undeclared foreign currencies at Kano Airport. So that's the problem we have. These currencies, where are they going? Where are they from? What are they meant for?
The last time we allegedly the wife of a high court judge was also intercepted.
No, that one, she was traveling to her village with the money, and then the FCC intercepted that. That is a different thing. But this one is in the airport. In the airport. So where is the money coming from? Where is it going? And what is it meant for?
Well, the point I'm trying to make, why are people moving around with dollars in the first place?
It's a hard currency now. So will you be moving around with naira that maybe you can move around with, you can easily move around with $1 million. You understand?
In your pocket.
You easily move around, whether in your pocket or in a small bag or something. You understand?
On $100 bill, of course, $100 bill, you can do that.
But you convert that $1 million to naira. How many Ghana must go bags are you going to be carrying around it?
You might need to hire some form of mini truck.
A mini truck to do that. So you can see why
it's convenient. It's also convenient for money laundering.
Yes, money laundering. Of course, it's all these things. But for somebody not to declare,
they're not unconnected to money laundering, right?
Yeah, of course. Now, so for somebody to leave that kind of amount and move, I don't want his or her name to be connected to it.
And that is why dollar will keep rising, OG. Because most of our money, a lot of these illicit transactions, they are done in hard currencies. And that's why pressure is on the dollar, and dollar keep rising. Yes. The demand is there.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on from the from the Guardian. Now we move on to our next paper, the Nigerian Tribune. Kidnapping, protests in Ondo, Oyo. Protests in Ondo, Oyo. Riders 2 dead, 3 are adopted as Aida Tiwa vows crackdown on kidnappers. Protesters cause gridlock on Ibadan Oyo Road. Police query DPO, detain inspector over protests in Oyo community, and so on and so forth. So many riders to this story. Protests in Ondo, Oyo. The problem I have is that when these protests happen, that's when the governor will say, we'll vow In fact, we are going to
We've
crack
had
down.
so many vows.
We are
We
going
keep
to
cracking
crack
down,
down.
when you keep cracking down, the crime still cracking up.
It's cracking up. You know, we'll crack down on
These are, I think, that's why I say some of these statements are from some of our political leaders.
They're all rhetorics.
All rhetorics. There's no action backing it up.
Yeah, so it's just to downs tension. You know, okay, let's say something so that they can go home and rest, and let us also rest.
Let's pacify them with
statements. Let's say something.
Just say something.
Yes.
Speak the word.
Yes.
Speak the word.
Just say something. ASU Unilag begins strike over unpaid salaries.
Again.
ASU Unilag begins strike over unpaid salaries. So this is a chapter, the Unilag chapter of ASU. Beginning strike over unpaid salaries. And so what is the problem?
It's an embarrassing situation now. Nigeria should grow beyond this now. By now we should be older than situations like this. There are some situations that should not even escort us to 2026. It should have gone and been buried. Unpaid salaries for lecturers. We are still complaining that we are not even graduating students with skills. Yeah, we are
all right, so we continue. NAV offers drone support to INEC for 2027 elections monitoring. NAV offers drones support to INEC for 2027 election monitoring. So NAV, you guys have drones, and you cannot use these drones against terrorists. You want to use it during the election.
Okay, I don't want to just go there. Okay, you see,
so now they have drones to give to INEC or to support INEC with, but they can't use these drones to.
OJ, you see, the more you see, the less you understand. Yes. I don't want to talk about this, OJ. Don't push me. Just leave me where I am this morning.
Or is this talk, rhetorics or whatever?
OJ, we've seen.
How many of the drones are they going to give to INEC?
Going to Benin Republic to quell down coup plot.
Oh, so I should not undermine their statements.
They have the capacity.
No, they have the capacity
to quell down the coup plot in Benin Republic in 4 hours. But we are here.
Yes.
And we don't understand.
They cannot come to rescue military men.
Then link this whole thing
in danger.
No, link this whole thing to the statement of Gumi. What do you make of it?
What do you make of it?
It puts you to begin to wonder what's going on. Somebody's playing abracadabra. OJ, the more you see, the less you understand. Now, I don't want to talk, OJ. Okay. I'm just trying to.
So let's move on. If that's the case, let's move on. Okay. Appeal court ruling. PDP factions hold tight to party. Appeal court ruling. PDP factions hold tight to party. It's a challenge period for democracy, but we are not bordered or your governor by or bury your differences. No time to get to Supreme Court. Saraki advises. And time for unity, reconciliation, rebuilding. Natasha, Natasha is one of the few members of PDP still in the Senate, and she's calling for unity, because if this crisis continues, even Natasha herself will have to detached or detached to another party, because she needs a platform to come back in the next election.
But I think sometimes the platform doesn't really matter, because Natasha so far so good. Senator Natasha is looking at her programs. She's doing well as a senator in her constituency.
But she needs a platform to come back.
Well, the platform sometimes is not. Sometimes the platform is the person. In some states, Natasha is.
Yeah, but you cannot come as you need. That's what we are still saying.
She can still run under the platform of the PDP and still win.
When the PDP is having crisis, if they go to Supreme Court and they cannot they cannot settle themselves. So do you want that? So do you now want that to continue with that? Technicality will knock her out. So she will need a platform that is
to involve the technical aspect of the law.
Yes.
Well, let's see how it plays out. But I do know that Natasha is a brand when it comes to politics.
Yes, a brand, but you need a platform to get to the seat, to where you want to get to.
Well, she can move to any party. What matters? I think
for you to go to Imo State, you need a vehicle that will take you there. You cannot trek there. Is that not so?
Well, OJ,
yes,
I'm not aware.
Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on quickly. From the Nigerian Tribune, we will move on to our next paper on review, which of course is the Punch newspaper. Appeal court fallout. PDP governors, Wike camp, move to open reconciliation talks. PDP governors, Wike camp, move to open reconciliation talks.
But this has also shown that Wike is very powerful politically. Trust me. I think his camp won the ruling. The judgment was in his favor.
Yes.
That is the camp loyal to the Minister of FCT.
Yes. And
that shows that Wike has shown that he is a political force to reckon with. Give it to him, Mr. Project.
But if you continue to praise him like this, that is where the problem is, because it's like saying, okay, he's the man, me man, and all that, and then the opposition say, hey, well, if you guys, okay, we'll not settle.
No, OJ, look at it, OJ. It's not all about praising him. We're talking about what's on paper. See, in politics, there is no moral. To an extent, there is no morality in the whole thing. It's the ends that justify them. It's a Machiavellian approach of saying things. He has shown it either way that he controls the political atmosphere.
To whose detriment? Look, let's leave this.
The detriment is not what matters. What matters is the interest.
Really? Or is the interest?
Yes.
So
I'm talking about.
Let's not talk about
in the circle of politics. OJ
this morning.
So he has shown it. Give it to him.
All right.
That he's a sound politician.
Oh yeah, clap for him. So let's move on. Yes, CBN extend anti-money laundering compliance deadline for banks. CBN extends anti-money laundering compliance deadline for banks. Lassa fever kills 99 cases near 2,000. Lassa fever kills 99 cases near 2,000.
We're still battling with Lassa fever?
All right, and this story actually interests me. Maybe we'll look at this before our very first topic for the day. India orders reject Tinubu's envoys over tenure policy. India orders reject Tinubu's envoys over tenure policy. Yes, India is not ready to accept the ambassador they are sending to them. That's the story we are getting this morning, and they have their reason. Dangote now supplies 92% of petrol as federal government pauses imports. Dangote now supplies 92% of petrol as FG pauses imports. And of course, the last but not least is FG weighs policy tweaks as Middle East war lingers. FG weighs policy tweaks as Middle East war lingers. This headline is a really interesting one. Perhaps the federal government is trying to look at the situation and say, look, we don't know when Trump and Netanyahu will end this war, so we need to do something. People are suffering. They have to tweak the policy, the economic policy, so that Nigerians will not fall to the streets or go to the streets.
The tweaking is very important now.
It's very, very important. So what is it that
people are beginning to lose their patience?
Yes. What is it that they need to do to calm the situation, even though it may not be really their fault? The global issues that is.
But the common man doesn't know. It's not that.
Like yesterday, you
of course,
someone was asking you that.
What's my business? What's our business?
They don't do all that. All right, geopolitics, situation affects you directly or indirectly, and that's
why I say the language of the common man is fuel.
Fuel. Okay, all right. So if we have another paper to look out for, let's quickly, and that's the sports. Before we wrap up, the sports extra from courtesy of the Punch. Emotional Osimhen grabs assist as Gala beat Liverpool. That's in the UEFA Champions League. In 7 days' time, Liverpool will have the opportunity to turn the table, but Osimhen is talking tough. And Chukwuemeka picks Austria ahead of Nigeria, England. Okay, good luck to him. And of course, many headlines are coming from the Sports Extra. Now, a tribute to late Eagles coach Onigbinde. Tributes to late Eagles coach Onigbinde. So check out the Sports Extra for you to get all the juicy sports stories this morning. So NFF monitors Middle East crisis ahead of Eagles friendly. All these and more on the Sports Extra this morning. We'll be going for a quick break. When we return, the show continues right here on the P&B Morning Show. All right, welcome back to the P&B Morning Show right here on Politics and Business Television. Asturime Nomike Joseph Matthew. And let's quickly dive into the first issue we're having this morning. Now, a shocking claim is stirring debate across Nigeria's security landscape. Prominent Islamic cleric Abubakar Gumi says the Nigerian government already knows the identities and locations of a terrorist operating in the country. If that assertion is true, it raises a troubling question. Why does insecurity continue to plague communities across Nigeria? For years, Nigerians have watched insurgency, banditry, and kidnappings spread from the northeast to other parts of the country, with thousands of lives lost and many communities displaced. Now, Gumi's statement is forcing the nation to confront an uncomfortable possibility that the challenge may not only be about finding the terrorists, but about what is being done with the information. So this morning, we examine the implications of this explosive claim. Does the government truly know who the terrorists are? If so, why haven't they been decisive enough to stop it? And what does this mean for public trust, national security, and the fight against terror? This is Gumi claims government knows every terrorist. What does it mean for Nigeria? Joining me in the discussion this morning, of course, is our in-house analysts. I have Ibrahim Shaibu joining us now. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Oje. Good morning, viewers.
And of course, Chidi, Kenneth, also joining.
Oje, good morning once again. It's time to talk to dive into the talk now.
Yes.
Now you want to talk.
Yes, now I want to talk.
Now you want to talk. All right.
I was listening to you behind the scene where Oje was insisting you answer a certain question. You said, Oje, I don't want to talk. So after all, now you want to talk.
I'm ready to talk now.
You're ready to hear.
Okay, and of course we're expecting to be joined by a social commentator and activist, Daniel Edochia Tai, who will hopefully be joining us virtually any moment from now. So before he joins us, let's quickly dive into the matter right here in the studio. Ibrahim Shaibu, you heard, the Gumi claim.
Yeah.
It's now spreading like wildfire.
Yes.
All the major papers have carried this story. And as we speak, the government hasn't said anything. So how did you receive this revelation? Is it revelation? How do I even put it?
For now, we wouldn't say it's a revelation. Let's just take it as what it is, a statement. Considering the personality and the figure of a person like Sheikh Ahmed Mahmoud Gumi, making that statement means a lot of things for Nigerians. First of all, we have to understand who Gumi is as a person. One, we know besides being a cleric, an Islamic cleric, Gumi was a
retired colonel.
Retired army colonel, and then he was also a medical doctor. In fact, one of the best medical doctors we have in the north, because he served as an army medical doctor for a long time. Then we know that he has been interceding between the terrorists and sometimes the terrorists and those who people have been kidnapped. So I think for him to come out and make this bold statement means a lot of things for Nigeria. It's a very serious statement that borders on that sits for security, issues of politics, and even issues that have to do with public trust, just like you said. And then this raises concern about things like the capacity of the state to fight the insurgency, as well as transparency and even question of leadership, which all goes a long way into considering how terrorism is being fight in Nigeria. So for me, actually, it's a very, very serious statement to make. And then as the discussion keeps, I will delve deep into the discussion, we'll add certain things around the statement generally.
All right, so Chidi.
Well, it is beyond a statement, OJ. It's an explosion. Explosion in the sense that it has opened our eyes to begin to look deeper and begin to wonder what is going on. In the sense that we've all lived with this belief that, the military has been making so much effort to quell this situation. It has also exposed so many betrayers at its where now, because like Mr. Ibrahim said, the statement is not coming from somebody who does not have full ownership of what is going on. This is a man who is also a blend of religious, advantage and the military to the rank of the colonel, even as a doctor. This is a man who is also known for one who has been negotiating. And it's interesting to know that if he has a son, I think he should be a lieutenant now, a captain. Yes. A son too, who is also told into his life. And his father too was also known to be someone who is also firm in this regard. Now you can see the trajectory of Gumi, the history of Gumi is connecting one road to another. He has a son of his like mind, and that also is in the military too, as has passed out too. I think I saw the video sometimes where he also attended the POP. Now, having created this scenario, the government is yet to come out to deny this statement, and it is going to be difficult to deny this. I must say, because we're not talking about maybe an ordinary Nigerian coming to talk, or maybe one junior military officer coming to talk. They can see maybe as a sabotage, or maybe the next thing will come out to say, oh, he's mentally deranged or he's not feeling fine. We're talking about Gumi here.
But what if the situation is somebody reacting to a question on a television show? Because it was actually on a TV show, DRTV to be precise, a local television in Kaduna, when the presenter asked him that it has been alleged in the public space that you sympathize with terrorists and all that. And he said, look, in as much as I call for, I'm trying to paraphrase now, I call for dialogue between government and terrorists and all that have been, that yes, I know them, okay? That the government also know them too. Know every terrorist. That was where the comments now came up.
So that statement is not spontaneous.
You understand? He said that the government
knows statements.
Why he made the statement doesn't actually matter. What matters is the gravity of the statement that he made. There are implications of that statement, and the implication also has is subject to interpretations. You have made a statement, and different people can interpret the statement differently. Do you understand?
Mr. Ibrahim, you can also liken this weighty statement like the likes of the one El-Rufai made.
Exactly.
To NSA, the NSA,
We are trying to make a head of the statement.
The NSA chairman.
Nigeria also wonder. It is because we want to understand the statement. That is why today we are discussing this statement, isn't it? So it's subject to interpretation. And then you see, for example, now, how we interpret the statement is going to determine what exactly the Nigerian government has been doing or has not been doing regarding this questions of insecurity in Nigeria. But it shows us one thing. It shows us that the government is truly aware of certain people that are responsible for this terrorism. Otherwise, somebody of Gumi's personality wouldn't have dared to come and make this statement, like OJ said on the public television, on the national television, isn't it?
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
If
it is true, wait a minute.
Okay.
If it is true, if this claim that he's making is true, then we'll begin to ask questions. That's the interpretation I'm talking about. Okay, if the government knows the people by name who are perpetrating this insurgency and kidnapping and Boko Haram, etc., why aren't they arrested and prosecuted up to this?
Okay, let me even add to that. Let me even say. Now, Gumi has been seen to be the negotiator between one. Let's start from there.
Yes, between the terrorists and government. Or government officials.
So what are we talking about?
I can't say.
No.
I don't think Gumi has ever represented the government in talking interceding between terrorists and government.
It's between
personal.
No, I think within the.
Or maybe
between.
People,
I think it's between. He negotiates between the terrorists and then the families of families of the
terrorists.
Yes.
So okay, fine. The most important,
but
the most important thing that he is a negotiator. The word negotiator means he's privy to very sensitive information.
That's what
yes, and that is what he's now saying is that he has never been to any of these negotiating meetings without government agencies following him. The police,
I'm going somewhere.
Whatever, yes.
Gumi itself is government. A man who rose to the rank of colonel in the Nigerian army knows a lot.
He once belonged to the elite court.
That's what I'm telling you. Let me tell you something. Exposure itself brings information.
Yes.
He has strong and deep exposure. Do you know what it means to be a colonel?
We are not disputing all this.
Now I'm coming. I'm going somewhere. I'm going somewhere, Mr. Ibrahim. I'm trying to paint a picture of his ability to know what he is saying. That he is not speaking as a result of maybe he's been influenced or by error, whether it is on the local television or not. That statement is emphatic. That statement needs to be queried. That statement needs to be investigated. Because you are talking about the person of Gumi. If me and you come out and make that statement, by now we know where we should be.
It won't make any impact.
It won't make any impact.
Exactly.
Just like, it's like the wife of the governor coming out in a state television to say that the governor does not care for his people.
That will carry weight.
The whole state will spin.
That will carry weight.
That is the scenario you should be looking at. Gumi, in all sense and purpose, represents very strong voice on issues that borders on this insecurity in Nigeria. He has been on the front pages of the newspaper for years, as operating in diversity. And a man like that coming out to now say that he didn't say they know some. He said every.
Yes.
That was every.
Mind you, every victim of kidnap goes on with an experience.
Of course.
I have seen two. One, the former director of, I think still serving of UBED, we are going to see him today. That's the first story he's going to greet you. He was a victim. The picture he took when he was released and the picture now you are seeing face to face, you cannot tell. You can see the dynamic, the changes. He was looking like a dead body. I've seen a friend that was kidnapped and I've seen a man that was telling me his experience and he was released. When he was in the kidnappers' den and he stopped, I never knew he would have beers. Come and see beers everywhere.
Now.
No, when he was there, because you don't have to. Where will you see shaving stick? No, I'm telling you to. So every kidnapped victim comes and you're laughing. Well, come and see the beers. I said, so you have beers like this. But all through we've been friends. I have not seen beers. He was always clean shaven. But there, when they took the picture and when he was released, I saw they released him and we kept going to visit him. Come and see beers.
Different personalities.
And he was telling us his experience. That sometimes they take people to midnight, 12 midnight, and you just hear gunshot, they've killed them.
Psychological trouble.
And he was living with that fear. In fact, they will shoot near your leg, shoot near your body. You'll be seeing gun holes into the ground, penetrating the ground. You'll be living with threat all your life there. No water to bathe, no water to blow, nothing. So every kidnapper goes home, and those kidnappers also tell them their experience and their ordeals. Tell them stories. Now, some of them cannot come on the national television to say. But if you want to know some of these things that is going on about this insecurity, go and visit a kidnapped victim. You will hear stories that will baffle. When this guy was telling us his experience, OJ, right there where I was sitting, I was shaking. So you see, then for Gumi, who goes to visit them and then comes back, intervene with both the kidnappers and the kidnapped people, the victims, is in a position to know a lot. And that is why this statement coming from him is not something we should just sweep off. Because we're not talking of, well, he said every. That means there is a list. He knows. A military officer, a clergyman, a negotiator, he knows a lot, my brother.
He knows a lot. So what does this claim mean for public confidence in Nigeria's security institutions and the government's fight against terrorism, gentlemen?
The trust is beginning to, it's questionable now.
You see,
as it went now, as it is now, it is questionable, Alhaji. There's no way painting this thing.
Citizens have already lost trust in the capacity of government to be able to either serve them or even to fight insecurity in this country. That is why, and I will still come back to the issue of interpreting this statement. There are people that even will interpret this statement as being a call for the government to exert greater action in fighting against terrorism. That is why people like us will start asking questions in the media. Oh, if somebody of this capacity can make this statement, it means the government know who Gumi is. And if Gumi will come out of the blues and make that statement boldly on a television, the government knows that well. Very soon, media people will start asking us, then what are we doing?
No, let's look at something, Mr. Ibrahim. Yeah. There's something you must call in dialogue. We were meant to understand in dialogue. It is a word that projects the next word that comes out of someone's mouth. What I'm saying is that he was being interviewed. Now I'm trying to look at what gave the dialogue that gave rise to what his response, that response that the government knows. What is the dialogue? He was first of all accused. Am I correct, sir?
It was yes, it was told that there is this insinuation the public that
About you.
about you, you know, you are sympathizing with, you know.
Then he said, if I know,
if the
So-
government knows
everything.
I'm looking at the psychological connection between those two dialogues. That's what I'm looking at, because that is my area. As in dialogue, when you are writing a script or a drama, a play, when you say something, I respond. Now, you see that-
not made.
Yes.
We wouldn't have been asking these questions. Do you understand?
That statement
So this
provoked
statement still
him to say. He was poked to say
to say it.
something that he has been nothing.
That is true. That is true.
You understand? You must look at the psychological direction of the dialogue between him and the interviewer. So he was not speaking out of error.
Thank you.
He was not speaking out of error. It was also coming. Someone to say somebody is coming to tell you that you're a thief. I was told that you are a thief. You were behind the robbery that took place in so place, and he said, even the person that was in, was I not sent by so and so? The dialogue gave rise to another dialogue, and that is where I'm trying to connect this whole thing. Meaning, there is something
There is something Nigerians do not know.
we don't know.
Exactly, and that is why this statement will create pressure for accountability. Citizens and media will now begin to ask, wait a minute. So if this is true, who exactly are the terrorists? If the government knows them by name, then who are they? Why is the government not bringing their names out?
Every
Yes. Why is the government not even the name? He said names and location. That's what I read. The government
names and location.
He said,
Yes.
He said the government knows.
He even mentioned location.
Yes.
No, the Zamfara state government and governor has said they know the location. Yeah, has he not
Names
come out to
and
say?
location. You understand?
Zamfara state government, they know the
Then
location
the
of.
public
And we have drones. Now
Why
has
have they not
drones.
been prosecuted? If they know them, why can't they be arrested and prosecuted? Why can't the government even name them? Since before Gumi said this, a governor
has said it.
And mentioned location as well.
Yes.
You understand? So I think.
So where are the jets and the drones, OJ? OJ, you should tell us where the drones and the jets are.
I was listening to you guys. You are saying Nigerian Air Force has a drone. I even know. So they have a drone to help INEC with it to conduct election, but they don't have drones to go and fight terrorism. Do you understand? So I believe, even if the statement is not 100% true as he may claim, but I believe the government also has some information just as suggested, because the governor has already come and confirmed that to us. Is it Zamfara?
Zamfara state
Zamfara state governor has said it before. Do you understand? So I want to look at this statement in the positive side. I want Nigeria also to consider this Gumi statement on the positive side.
So do you smell a rat?
Yeah, I do. Honestly, I do.
A very big rat.
Yes, I did. A couple of weeks ago, as we were discussing on this particular platform, you said that you quoted Abacha as saying, if an insecurity issue lasted for more than 48 hours, what?
Akwe handle government.
No, we are speaking English. Not
Let me speak it.
Say it so that everybody will hear it. Do you understand?
They say there's a hand of government in it.
Yes. The security, the terrorist activities in places like Afghanistan and is worse than what is presently in Nigeria. But they were able to come in because there was the political will on the part of the government to do away with it. So you understand? Why do you call these terrorists in Afghanistan? They used to have a name, not
Taliban.
Taliban. You understand?
They're no longer terrorists. They're in government.
They are no longer terrorists. No, before they became the government.
Yes. Yeah.
They were opposition party. What we can call opposition party.
That is it. That is it. So me, I believe the government is in a position to fight these people and then eradicate terrorism, particularly as regards these the North Central, what do you call it, banditry. And then Boko Haram may seem a little bit more intricate, but then the one in the Northwest, honestly speaking, is much more easier to tackle than the Boko Haram terrorism. So please, government should understand, should look at this statement.
So what are we expecting from government now? Are we expecting the spokesperson of government to come out to say? But when we talk about government is aware, we should understand that this terrorism did not start under the leadership of this current government.
Look, government is a continuum. Is that also?
Issue of governance,
so when they say government,
I'm only asking a question.
No, you are a very enlightened person.
Yes.
Speak like that.
Yes. I'm only asking.
You shouldn't even ask.
You shouldn't even ask.
No, what I'm trying to know,
government
Mr. Ibrahim,
and governors are continuing.
No, I understand it's continuing, but I'm going somewhere.
They knew that there's this problem, and they still were determined to fight.
Mr. Ibrahim, can you allow me land where I'm going to? When I said that the issue of terrorism did not start in this very government. I'm trying to say that means the previous government that has come and passed, probably they must have been aware of this whole thing Gumi is claiming.
That is why the Gumi said the government of Abacha or the government of Buhari. He said the government knows. Government is government.
So you mean all this issue of service chief hitting the ground running? And
I think I remember during Buhari, there was a similar issue arose, and then particularly we, the Northerners, started feeling bad about Buhari, that he's not putting all he has into the fight against terrorism when we are being killed. You understand? Because at that time we are assuming that we are the ones that brought him to power, and we did not.
Yes.
You understand? And he's not doing anything to fight the insecurity. At a certain point,
his brothers
started even blaming him that he was partially responsible. So you understand? So in issues of governance, whoever is in position, whoever is in place, should take their responsibility of whatever is happening in the country. So you understand? It is now APC's and PBAT's administration, so he should take responsibility. If he successfully win the war against terror now, he will take the credit.
Yeah, of course.
Isn't it?
All right.
They will say that insurgency started during Obasanjo. They will only say Tinubu was the president under who terrorism was finally cut out of Nigeria. Isn't it? That is it.
All right. Daniel Edoche Atai is now joining us. Daniel, good morning to you. Daniel, are you there? Okay, I think. Hello, good morning, comrade. Yes, good morning to you. It's nice having you on. It's good. Good morning, and it's nice having you this morning on the program.
Morning. Sorry for coming behind schedule.
Okay, it's nice having you. You appear to be in a dark place. Can you, go to where we can at least see your face? Okay, I think it's okay now. In particular, and so on and so forth, and of course, by extension, Nigeria, and of course, by extension, Nigeria will be fighting this issue of insecurity, across, the North Central region and up north. How did you receive this news? Gumi saying that government knows the names of these terrorists. How did you receive the news?
I received the news like not a news, as in it is not new. Someone like Gumi statement. It's not a fresh statement. It has been a burning issue in the country since the administration of President Muhammad Buhari. Don't forget that the current president, President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, when he was governor of Lagos State, he also sponsored the likes of Gumi, about 7 of them, including the embattled former governor of Kaduna State, including the former governor of State, Ganduje. There are about 7 that are to Saudi Arabia for Islamic training. Can be scholarly Islamic Salafist or Salafism is a study by Islamic high scholars for the interpretation of the Quran. These are the interpreters of Quran. So Ahmed Tinubu is one of the sponsors of these guys from the northern Nigeria. So it is not a news to me. And the same Saudi Arabia Gumi went to study Salafism of recent, banned from stepping foot into Saudi Arabia. Anyway, the plan of whatever Gumi now has been known by the state security apparatus in Nigeria over time. It is just the political will by the commander, the command of the armed forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria over time, both Buhari and Tinubu under the APC administration, to decisively, as leader, stop the Islamic terrorism. They know the agenda. They are fully up there. Buhari, as a person, was also fully in the know. The team that brought Buhari to power.
Yes, Daniel, please, hello, comrade. Can we just focus on what we are discussing and not bring up conspiracies or accusations? So we're talking about insecurity. Someone who says federal government, you are a media person, so please, you don't take us into situations that could bring problem to us, please. So let's be professional here when analyzing things, okay? Please, we don't want any conspiracy theory or whatever here. So please, let's hit the nail. Yes.
I will stay on course, but I can tell you, I always have, regardless of your studio, these are things I've said on channels. These are things I've said on AIT, things I've said on radio. So I'm a professional, and I'm dealing, because the fourth essence of is to hold the government accountable. So if you want rhetorics, I don't give rhetorics. I give facts and figures.
Yes, we want facts and figures and not rhetorics, please.
Mr. Daniel,
yes,
I agree.
so you
are saying
yes,
yeah,
a little bit.
Actual subject matter.
Yes,
that's what you are saying.
I just mentioned Salafism and the study of the that you say I should not go into.
Okay,
but these are the background to what's happening.
Okay.
In case you don't know, you are just at the surface.
Go,
and when
sir.
you are doing something at the surface, killing me.
Please, can I make a statement and ask a simple question, sir?
So what intelligence do you think the Nigerian security operatives don't have? They have everything. It's a deliberate ignorance of it. I don't know how to put it. And it is political unwillingness to end this security. And that is why many of the scholars, many of the analysts and activists said that the insecurity, terrorism, and banditry kidnapping become business of the government. They have become business of the government too. And of course, this is a government that is also negotiating with some governors in the northern Nigeria. You see them negotiating live with terrorists. You may still call it conspiracy theory, but you have with a wanted man in Zamfara State wore a police uniform that he killed and kept a negotiating table with the governor. What are you telling me, O.J. Matthew? If you don't want to invite me to your station, please stop. If you don't want me to talk and review it.
But I'm allowing you to talk now. You are talking. Well, we just want you to just go straight to the point and not bring up issues that will fame.
Gumi did not just. Gumi laid a preamble, and Gumi emphatically says so. I am not Gumi. If Gumi could say so, is it my own? So, and you brought Gumi to your station now. You showed what is there, proved on air, and I proved to back up whatever you want to say here. See, the government of Nigeria and what led to whatever you said about Muslim ticket has been an agenda. So please don't talk me about whether I'm saying rhetorics or not. Nigeria is deliberately on a track heading to a kind of destruction if we don't correct. And most of the correction lies largely on you guys, on the media. If it is not you guys, that is why media is the fourth estate of the democracy.
All right, Daniel, hello. If you can hear me, Daniel, can you hear me, please, so that let's ask the necessary question. Do you have a question for him, Ibrahim? Okay, please.
Thank you, Mr. Daniel, for that enlightenment. Please, do you think statement like that made by Gumi tries to expose the government weakness in fighting this insurgency and banditry in Nigeria?
The government has ever been weak. What is new about exposing government weaknesses? Government jettisoning security of lives and properties in the Middle Belt, where I hail from, Plateau State, Niger State, you see Zamfara State, killing our military, killing paramilitary, killing citizens at will. Ignored the protection of lives and properties in almost all over the country, the 36 states, and you are saying that Gumi is exposing their weaknesses? No. Gumi is consolidating what the government is doing. Gumi is not exposing them with facts and figures already, and we are aware. We know human beings in Nigeria. We cannot move even 10 kilometers in the morning or late in the evening from 7 p.m. You cannot move. All the roads are filled with kidnappers, despite the fact that the 3 checkpoints on the road, sometimes the checkpoints too turn into criminal den of kidnappers. Telling me Nigeria has gone comatose in terms of security to lives and properties. There is no security wellness. A country where terrorists are allowed where some arms, weapons, and they are blatantly carrying those things outrightly before government officials. In governors, like you saw in part of the northeastern Nigeria, and then citizens, legitimate citizens, cannot carry the same thing, cannot even meet the commissioner of police in their state for self-defense. And even if you license arms for self-defense, the police will still tell you that you should not use that arm to kill criminals that come to the house to kill you. What country do you think that is?
Okay.
I am asking you the question.
All right. Daniel, now that do you expect the government to respond to Gumi?
Once will the government respond to Gumi? The government will now respond to Gumi to deny the Gumi have explained, or the fact that we know already, or the thing that the government itself is doing. Is the government not in negotiation with terrorists? American government came here and they told us with their intelligence that the government is negotiating, has been openly giving large sums of dollars and elements who are terrorists and kidnappers against their own citizens that they have impoverished into penury and servitude. So, and you expect the government to come and answer? My brother, let me tell you, you are a government on your own. It's in your hands in Nigeria. And how you manage it is your concern. How you walk about now at night is your concern. If you go and depend on federal government security apparatus, you are on your own. Because that is, your life is just a gift of trust to you by God. And you have to maintain it the way God wants it. Not the way the Nigerian government wants it to maintain. Until help comes from either from international community as it is ongoing, that is when we can sign of belief. And Gumi too is not a sect. Gumi is in all those things that Gumi is. Gumi is protect and pioneers of terrorism, criminalities, and kidnappers in Nigeria. And the government knows. But one day, and they say many days for the chief, one day for the honor. it will soon happen.
Daniel Edoache Atai, thank you very much for having time to join us this morning on the P&B Morning Show. Thank you very, very much. We appreciate you joining us. And that was, social commentator there, Daniel Atai. And he's also an activist. He's furious. He's actually furious with us this morning.
At some point,
yes.
OJ, he was also trying to let you know that you are trying to muscle him. He cannot be confined into a space that he likes to speak freely. I wish many young Nigerians can also
see. I would see. We understand, but you see, we are trying to find solution here. You understand? We know that we have a lot to say, but the way we put it sometimes matters a lot.
Exactly.
You understand? And we are a media house. We need to balance here and there, and so that's just the angle I'm just trying to take. I know that I'm trying to bottle him into a corner, not to say his mind.
He was actually taking us away from the main topic of discussion. That's why OJ tried to bring him back on track. I think the way Daniel expresses his feeling is the way a lot of Nigerians are looking at the whole thing. A lot of Nigerians are already aware that the government knows certain information, certain intelligence about this insecurity, particularly as regards the banditry in the Northwest and the North Central, and then the issues of Boko Haram in Nigeria. And I agree with him. If the government doesn't have the right political will to address these issues, we will never see an end to it. Because most times government are more concerned about revenue generation and then their next political target, rather than the security of the people. And then one primary aspect of the constitution is securing the life
and properties of the
citizens.
Yes.
And they take these things for granted. Do you understand? For as long as there are no protests, for as long as there are no shouts, for as long as the media remains meek and silent and mute in Nigeria, government has no business in thinking about the welfare and the concerns of the ordinary Nigerians. And that's too bad.
Let me also hold brief a bit for Mr. Daniel. You see, you will not also blame him. These issues provokes your emotions.
Exactly, that's what I said. Exactly.
OJ, because some of us have family members who are soldiers too, probably dead or alive. And coming to hear a statement like this, it's like somebody is playing
like someone is just wasting his time protecting the country.
No, somebody's coming on. Somebody's playing the life of your brother.
Exactly.
Imagine your brother who is a captain being killed. And you are hearing this kind of statement from Gumi. What kind of perception are you going to have as a Nigerian? We have this so.
Oh, that is it.
Are you still with us? I'm still with us.
Am I connecting with you?
We have lost, in my family alone, we have lost captains and a general. And just 2 days ago, you heard about whether General AJ from Ogbanibo local government died in ambush in Borno State. What are we saying? Can we redeploy as one solution to the insecurity problem?
Honestly.
Redeploy soldiers from different states. Each soldier should go to their state as a strategy to fight crime. Let us see whether the crime will continue in the northeast or in the north central. All soldiers, I would suggest to the government that they should return all soldiers to their state. Let's begin to practice true patriotism and the entity of statehood, so that we see if our defender.
Okay, Mr. Daniel. Hello, Mr. Daniel. Can you hear me, Mr. Daniel? The idea of you suggesting that the Nigerians government should return soldiers to their states, yes, could it be seen as a way of encouraging the state police that is in the front burner now? State policing?
Yes, because where in the far north, where Islamization infiltrates the patriotism of the soldier, that the soldier will, because of his religion, his tribe, his creed, or his brothers to happen to another soldier, is unbecoming of patriotism. Patriotism entails that the country first. That means nationalism first, religion before any kind of ethnicity or tribalism.
Are you saying?
Please, we have to end.
We have to end.
No, so allow him finish, then we'll end, please. All right, Dan.
He's saying something.
And it is very, very bad.
All right, Daniel, thank you. Thank you so much, Daniel. Thank you so much, Daniel.
Reform the state and take the state from what we call insecurity.
All right.
The hands of terror.
All right. Thank you very, very, very much, Daniel. We'll have to go for a quick break now. And of course, come back and talk about other issue that we need to discuss this morning. This is a P&B Morning Show. All right, you're welcome back. This is a P&B Morning Show. I still remain Omike Joseph Murphy. The discussion continues. For many young Nigerians, the promise of education has always been simple. Go to school, work hard, earn a degree, and secure a better future. From primary school to university, the journey often takes about 17 good years. Yet today, thousands of graduates are leaving the classroom only to discover that the real world demands skills they were never taught in school. Across the country, employers are raising the not apply what they studied, while industries complain they cannot find the skilled workers they need. This growing gap between education and employability is raising serious questions about the effectiveness of Nigeria's learning system. So this morning, we ask the critical question: how did we arrive at a system that produces degrees but no skills? Is it the outdated curriculum, poor funding, weak industry partnership, or a deeper structural problem in how we train our young people? This is degree without skills, the crisis in Nigeria's 17-year education journey. And joining me to discuss this very important issue are still my two colleagues here in the studio, Ibrahim Shaibo, and of course, Kenneth Chidi.
Thank you, OJ.
Thank you, OJ. I think this is a good one. Very good topic to talk about.
Yes.
Because I don't think, Mr. Ibrahim, if you permit me to start, because I have to. OJ, I want to talk about, certificate and certificate. That is just the name to title it. Certificate versus certificate.
Sabi.
Certificate.
Sabi, S-A-B-I.
Okay, that's a certificate.
Yes, certificate. It is very important we talk about this because it's beginning to look like a lie that was told to us. Time passed.
Hmm.
OJ, where I am today and what I'm doing today was not carved out by going to school. It's a product of hereditary. To interest you, my late father was like that too. My ability to speak, to power, my ability to communicate, my ability to be social, and I can stand in front of 5 million people on stage and talk. These are products of hereditary. The only thing school just made to do was just teach me how to English. And I read a book, Hate School and Love Education. We mentioned to tell you that school and education, they are not the same thing. In Japan today, they do what they call education, not school. Here we do education. You tell a child to tell you A for apple, and his mate is growing the apple.
His mate is growing the apple.
Yes.
But you are telling me to say A for apple.
Your mate is telling you this is a particular product of a television. I don't want to market any company here. And your mate is manufacturing the television. You are identifying the problems and somebody is solving the problem. Education is solving problems. School is identifying problems. And that is the level we were kept. Some have said it is masterminded by the colonial masters to keep us afloat. The man who is fixing your car, the mechanic, is educated. He's solving problems, automobile problems. The guy who read mechanical engineer just only to identify the problems.
Very good. Allow me to pop in here.
Please pop in, sir.
You see, our educational system is more theoretical and exam driven than problem solving something. You send children to school, they go there, they read, they memorize, and then they write exams. They are not taught how to solve situations. They are not being taught how to solve a problem. This is characterized by so many things. Like we also have outdated curriculum. The same curriculum I use at my age is the same similar curriculum that are being used by students today in schools. Things don't change.
Quoting Aristotle and Euripides and Plato that is long gone.
My teacher will come and stand in front of the board, take a white chalk and then start writing on the board for me to copy and then go to my room, read, come and write exam after 2 months. It's still the same process that my children are now going through. There are beautiful policies and systems in order, like the German dual process educational system. You spend half of your time in school, then half your time in some indoors learning skills. That's what they do. You understand? And whatever you learn in school has to do with that industry that you are going every day to learn something. So by the time you are going out of school, you are already being molded to work in a particular industry or particular industry.
Industrial sector.
Let me even make a statement.
That's what they do. But our own is just for me. When we were in school, I knew people who memorize a whole chemistry textbook.
And just point there.
I'm telling you. They will memorize it, and then when they come to the exam, they will just start. The moment they see the concept, okay, this and that, so something, they'll just begin to write.
And they'll get excellent results.
They will come out with first class. But when you take them to the laboratory to go and do something, they will just be opening eyes.
There is no certificate, okay?
Exactly.
But let me quote one of the statements of the former presidential candidate of the Labour Party, I think P&B. I think, yes, something he said. I don't know if I can quote him exactly, but let me just manage. He said that the number of billionaires produced on a Chairman market is more than the graduates produced in a particular university in Nigeria. I can't remember. The number of billionaires. Yes, because in the Homo boy syndrome has come to stay, where a boy is trained on how to manage his own business. That is business skills. And it's been settled after 5 years and he becomes the master of himself. And that now it is being copied in some Western nations now. And so from what I gathered, now this is practical things. Because OJ, to interest you, some of us went to school and were subjected to the fact that we must have 2-1. And you go to get a job and they use federal character to remove you.
Yes.
They will tell you, they have so many.
Despite your 2-1.
Your 2-1, they'll tell you have so many people 2-1 from your state. Even in promotions and the rest of them. So we have come to realize that the man fixing the phone, repairing your phone, did not read electrical and electronics engineering. OJ, go to GSM Village.
Yes.
Go and see what people are doing. And they are making money.
You would suit with your 2-1.
You are speaking English.
You take your phone there.
My father-in-law did not go to school.
And this person that did not have
OJ, my father-in-law. What are you going? I'm even going for my father-in-law did not go to school. He has a manufacturer of one of the best paints, car paint. I have it in my house. All my cars are painted, and the people painting will ask me, "Okay, where did you get this paint?" He's the one that prepares the paint himself. My father-in-law.
Now, in this profession, this mass communication profession, let me guys give you my. Let me give you guys my own little experience.
Please give us.
You know, I had a diploma in mass communication before I went to university. So I have the practice. So I've practiced for like over close to 10 years already. With this job, with the diploma, with the diploma, with my practical, it's up to 10 years. So I have, you understand? So, okay, let me just have a degree and all that. Yes, I went to the university, and when I sit in the class, me that is a practical man from the field, of you understand, as a journalist who is sitting on the class, listening to theories by my lecturers who are doctor, professor, I begin to shake my head. And sometimes when I begin to whisper to some of my fellow students, I say, look, this is not what you go and find on the streets.
It's a different ball game.
This is not what you're going to find on the streets. By the time you get there. Some begin to say, hey, is it because you want to show us that you are...
Of course, you will show now.
In the field, or you want to brag.
Is it your fault, OJ?
Well, some of them today have, you understand, they have realized the facts. Years back, they've called me and said, OJ, look, this thing you said is true. It's not what Dr. Tuzube said. I'm provoked. So the question I want to ask you guys as we try to wrap up, why does it take 17 years for us to stay in a system?
OJ, let me just tell you
17 years of our lives?
OJ, let me tell you one scenario that happened, OJ. Talking about this certificate and certificate, OJ, I will tell you something. I have a friend, a neighbor, the boy was a very good footballer. Back in the days when you play football, they beat you. They don't play football, you injure yourself. Football is for non-entities. Today, football academy has been arrested and captured by the elites.
Yes.
Exactly.
Everybody wants his child to be a footballer now. because
of the money involved.
Neymar signed $200 million with PSG, and that is a lot of money for some state economy.
Yes.
If not some countries in Africa, if I'm not mistaken. People are now beginning to see that these things are not. And if you know the worst part, you are catching fun and you are making money. The best thing, the only thing God gave us was talent. God gave us talents. And you can go and grow it.
So, gentlemen, but there is nothing wrong with education, right?
There are. Of course, there are.
Is something wrong with education?
There is.
Okay.
There is.
Education,
yes.
You see, but I think it's about time we begin to shift from the theory to practical aspect of education.
Okay.
And this calls for curriculum reform.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
We have to take things seriously. Things like digital literacy, entrepreneurship skills, teaching students, all these things, communication skills, critical thinking skills, and problem solving. Not always encourage boys to go, students to go and read, memorize books and come and write examination. That is important, but it's not as important as giving them skills. Let them leave the 4 walls of the universities or even their primary and secondary school with some basic, not even basic, with reasonable amount of skills inculcated into them. I'd like to see a situation whereby by the time a young boy or a young girl leaving secondary school with a SSS certificate, that is after spending 6 years between JSS and SSS, at least you should be able to do something that involves skills. Just like I mentioned.
This internet fraudsters you're talking about, this internet Yahoo boys are talking. You know, it takes intelligence to do fraud.
Of course, it's intelligence.
Some of them, most of them are not graduates.
It's skills now, but negative.
Even though it is a negative skill. I'm trying to tell you, do you know what it is to defraud somebody? No, just put on a thinking cap, OJ. Now, OJ, what I want to let us know is this. You see, what I'm talking about school, we have Islamic education. We have our own native education. ABCD has always been existing in Igbo language. ABCD is there. Somebody just came and rebranded this thing and gave to you and telling you he's educating you.
That you have to do it this way.
Oh, we have ABCD in Yoruba. We have 1, 2, 3 in Igbo. You see, even after back in 1929, the Aba women riots, people were already conscientized enough to protest and react over tax increment. We have our own native education. The Chinese man does not manufacture anything in English language. He writes, you read, you go and call an interpreter and pay. He will label everything in his language. Have you seen any Chinese product written in English?
No, not at all.
Have you seen it? Are you saying they are not educated? So what are we talking about? So we should understand this thing that A friend of mine, the father spent 17 million naira in a private university to train him to become an engineer.
17 million.
No, 25 million.
25 million.
The man was so crude and so critical that he kept all the records. Because the day he was quarreling his son, you know, the son told him, I told you to put me in a football academy.
You said no.
You said no. This boy is a fine midfielder. When the particular player was requesting for 5 million naira to help him, the other son said, Daddy, if you had bought a house for 17 million, because then there was a 3-bedroom sold for 15 million naira. That 3-bedroom today is 60 million naira. I would have been into real estate. That one read real estate. He said, Daddy, buy me a house. Don't put me in school. Just put the house on my name, 17 million naira. By now, I would have been 60 million naira richer. Business sense. And the father was looking at him. Because the father was a retired assistant director in CBN. He said, Daddy, at the best, what did they give you? One small jeep. And you have 3 bedrooms to show for it. And 1 or 2 houses.
After 30-something years.
After 30-something years.
And then there's also the issue about leadership problem also. You see, what I see is that UNESCO has provided that every country should spend at least 15 to 25% of their budget, sink it into education. But in Nigeria are sinking much lesser than this.
We're still struggling with 15%.
15%. You see, this is very embarrassing. That's why the teachers' welfare are not being taken seriously. Even the schools are not actually well equipped.
No, is it even I know that the issue of teachers' welfare and other is a different problem. Is it part of the problem?
It's still part of the problem.
Do the teachers even have the skill?
You will use the money to now do the curriculum reform. Do you understand?
Okay.
Change the system in entirety, overhaul the system. Once the money is there, and then the belief that yes, it's about time that we now make a reform.
Before you go, Mr. Shaibu, most of our politicians do not even study political science. There are some courses you don't even have business reading in the university. You are studying political science and you are not politically inclined.
Exactly.
You are studying mass communication. Have you seen? I have interviewed a lot of mass com graduates.
Yes.
They cannot mass anything.
A lot of mass com graduates who for employment have never been to a studio. They don't. We show them the practical studio.
OJ, I didn't read
the radio studio.
OJ,
they've never seen.
I read a course related to it. It's not pure mass com.
PhD in the mechanical engineering, taking his car
to roadside mechanic
to go and mechanize.
Go and mechanize with that.
OJ, you see, there's of course you don't. You see, a political science student, even law. I have seen lawyers that cannot address a court properly.
Yes, of course.
I have been to court. I have experience of going to court to address issues, and there was a court I went on. I addressed the judge. And the way I was talking, the judge was looking at me. I was wondering, I was a lawyer. I was even using the Latin Marxist, quoting the Latin Marxist, the Refsisa Loquita and the rest of them, even addressing the court, making some quotes. And the judge was looking at me. I am not a lawyer. And the judge said something.